Hello and welcome. Hi, my name is Inbaal. I'm a psychic, tarot reader, and witch, and I'm here on the Bigfoot Outlaw Network today with you discussing all sorts of psychic topics, especially, specifically, dreams and prophetic dreams, but especially dreams. What we've got going on tonight is a full moon in Virgo, a blood moon, and a solar eclipse. Sorry, a lunar eclipse. Sorry, that was going really well until I stepped on my tongue. And a lunar eclipse. And during this kind of time, even just the full moon by itself, but especially during an eclipse, we are likely to experience more dreams, more prophetic dreams. We are likely to meet people that have gone before us in our dreams, and it basically reveals a whole bunch of stuff that's coming up. So, if you're new to the show, if you're new to the channel, let me explain to you what's going on here. We're on the Bigfoot Outlaw Network. We're actually broadcasting right now on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitch live. We're on all of those live. And actually, let me pop into my Instagram so that we can simulcast on Instagram as well. There's something about the platform that we use here on the channel, and Instagram doesn't smoothly fit with it. So it's easier for me to connect it straight after. So I'm connecting a live video. So if you're new here, let me introduce the channel and then introduce myself. This channel, the Bigfoot Outlaw Network, has been operating for years. I don't know how you've missed us. And the channel focuses, or has been focusing, on all sorts of spiritual, supernatural phenomenon. And so we've got programs with psychics, with mediums, numerologists. We've got people telling scary stories. We've got shows about UFOs and cryptids. And we've got ghost hunts. So there's a lot going on from the mystical perspective. But actually now the channel is expanding, and we're going to be touching on, not me personally, I'm a one-trick pony, but we're going to be touching on lots of other different types of programming. So now you know the channel. Make sure you give us a follow. Make sure you get involved so that you can get notifications when we go on air. Myself, my name is Inbaal, like I said, my real name. I'm Pisces, and I go live twice a week. I go live on a Tuesday night UK time. I'm broadcasting from the UK right now, internationally. I go live Tuesday night to talk about psychic development, to help you with your psychic development. Bit of a free reading here and there. Why not? Why not? And I also go live on a Tuesday with my friend Laura, who is the author of A Guide to the Runes by Laura Daligan. And then we talk more about witching and manifesting and symbols and ancient rites and so on. So what we're going to do tonight is to discuss briefly the different types of dreams there are, how you can encourage more prophetic dreaming, how you can encourage more astral projection, which is kind of connected, and if there are any psychic messages. Wherever you're watching us, except for Instagram, you can send messages to screen. So I'm going to have a little look at all the messages that have come while I was doing this, and we'll see what everybody's up to. So we've got some messages from really early, from like half an hour ago, before we even went on. So Lady Thistle was the first one here, and she says, I'm early in here for once. How is one of my favorite amazing ladies in the world doing? I'm going to flatter myself and assume you mean me, and I'm doing great. Thank you. And she goes, oh, sorry, I think I pressed the next one, but it's not come up. Wait. Sometimes it's a little slow. There we go. She goes, I'm not sure if I can ask a reading question on this stream, but if I can, I'll mark my spot here. I love it. Yeah, and you absolutely can. Do not be shy, whether you're part of the community or whether you're brand new here and therefore already part of the community. Send in your questions. As long as I've got time to look at all your questions, I will do my best. Marcus says, good evening, Inbaal, and happy birthday for Mr. Inbaal for tomorrow, 51st. Yes, that's right. Mr. Inbaal is going to be 51 tomorrow. And he goes, darn, that enter button better not play up tonight. Anyway, I hope everyone is okay. You already know my dreams because I discussed them with you, so feel free to use them as examples. What I think what's nice when we sort of share on topic is that you kind of tell your stories, and each person sort of shares so that everybody else can learn from their experience. And because you're so so old in the practice, because you've got such a lot of experience under your belt, I think it'll be fantastic for people to hear from you. And it says, good evening, Lady Thistle. It's just Inbaal tonight. I hope you're okay. And yeah, you can still request the reading as far as I'm aware. That is correct. Oh, and Lady Thistle says it was my birthday on Sunday. Hello. So you're the 1st of March. Lots of good people, 1st of March. So we're kicking it off with first question saying, for a reading, I want to know about a certain person I'm speaking with recently. I just want to know if anything may grow with them or not. I have interest, but not sure if they do. So let's look at things from your perspective, from the other person's perspective, and see how they're going. Whichever one of you pressed like on the broadcast, I can see it. I can see the like on my screen here, and I appreciate it so much. Not be shy, don't hold back, put a like, put a thumbs up, put a love, even an angry emoji. Any interaction sends, oh, thank you, I can see more. Any interaction sends a message to the different platforms and algorithms that our content is interesting and helps us make more content. So you and how you feel for this person and how they feel for you, and what's in between. You know what? This connection that you've got with that person, your idea was just to sort of dip your toe in the water, see what it's like to chat to people. And now, oh, and thank you for the extra likes. And now you see what it's like to chat to people. So this person is kind of served their purpose in your life. I don't feel like that person particularly interested, but just sort of getting back into the swing of talking to new people, presenting yourself, meeting whoever, that is positive value for you. That is good experience for you. So it's good that you're doing it. Keep up the chatting. But I would say chat to other people as well, because this one is not how they put themselves across. Lady Thistle is saying everything is good, been busy, well done. Nilda is here saying hi, beautiful. Hi to you, blessings everyone as well. How is the grandbaby, Nilda? And Marcus says, let's type that again. I've had a lovely day. Leeds, felt sick all day, but that's my life. Yeah, I hope Leeds was nice. It was lovely here today. And Marcus says, getting sick of this enter button already. Hi, Nilda. Do you know when things kind of change on your screen, it's frustrating when you have an extra button, but at the moment, the version of PayPal that comes up on my phone when I use it on the phone doesn't have an enter button, which makes it completely useless. Why even log into it if it won't do any actions? Lady Thistle says, I told my classmate about the stream on Thursday. She may join us. She's into witchy things as well. I think I found a soul sister. Oh, do you know, it's such a lovely feeling when life brings you somebody who is like the same vibe as you. And, you know, especially if you're surrounded by a lot of people that don't really sort of get you, then finding like a gem, finding a little diamond. Um, Oh, so Marcus is saying about the chemo and the drugs and that, not drugs, you know, obviously the medication. Lovely, lovely conversation. Thank you so much for chatting with each other. And Mark is sort of casually mentioning that it's been going on for 5 years because my body is used to it. How long were you supposed to sort of survive? It was much less than 5 years, wasn't it? So well done you. Cam says, hi, beautiful Inbaal. Send you love, send you a hug, love, Cam. Thank you. Lots of hugs. Marcus says, stepped on your tongue. Didn't know it was that long. You hide it. Well, no, it's really short. That's it. That's the whole thing. So I've got a really short tongue, and Mr. Inbaal has got a really long tongue. And so two of the kids have short and two of the kids have long. It's very cute. Although everyone except I can hear someone stepping outside. Maybe you heard me. But me and all four kids can do this, but daddy can't. The next one. Sorry, the messages are a little slow to come on. There we go. Oh, I did not get an alert, says Robert. The audacity. You're starting on an early in the evening rage, but you can all relax. I'm here now. Can't have you missing me. No, thank you. Thank you. Go and get some nice watching snacks. Very, very nice. I'm just flashing up the messages so that you see that I've got all of them. But when you're talking amongst each other, I don't want to interfere. So I'm flashing out the messages. And, you know, that's one of the nice things here that people develop kind of their own community and friendships. Orion Seed is new. Orion Seed says, hi, I'm new. Welcome. It's amazing to have you here. Our broadcast is so much better because you made it here. Thank you so much. We're here talking about psychic stuff, doing psychic stuff. What's your background? Where are you from? Where are you watching us from? Nilda is saying, beautiful soul, and everyone who's here. Bendiciones. Bendiciones, am I saying? You know what's so lucky? That Spanish is really phonetic, that if you just sort of read all the letters, it'll usually be right. Oh, look who we've got. So Lady Thistle is saying, if you switch to a dream reading question, I can instead. No, don't worry about it. We don't have to stick to the topic. The topic doesn't tell us what to do. So Virgil Kane is saying, hey, greetings from Manchester, England. What are you drinking, hot buns? So I'm here with tap water, tap water, and a black coffee. What are you drinking, Virgil? I'm down the road from you. So you're over there in Manchester. I'm near Huddersfield, but in the villages that are still on the Pennines. So I'm still on the mountains. So I can overlook you. I'll let you know if anything comes from the east. I'll warn you. Oh, do you know, we've got a lovely question from Orion. Orion says, I'm thinking of moving and starting again. What do you sense from that, if it's okay to ask? I absolutely love that you asked that. And I'm actually going to pull out the Rider-Waite Smith deck for it because I feel like it's a straightforward question. it wants a straightforward answer. Let's see exactly what shows up there. Thank you for putting us to the test, Orion, and seeing if we vibe. So, moving and starting again. Is it a yes? Is it a no? And what extra information? Listen, the faster, the better. And I'm saying the faster, the better, while knowing full well that you're not just thinking about it. You already have a plan. You've already researched some stuff that you're not just ready to go, but that when things align, you won't even think twice. You are already committed. You're very gentle, very spiritual way, but you're very committed to the move. And it says the faster you do it, the luckier you'll be. So look at the cards you've got. So we've got Temperance there. Look at that. It's gentle, but active. We've got the King of Wands here, and he's just about to stand up, but you're not quite there yet. You're there. You're there. You're planning. You're in the planning stage. You're not there yet. And this card, the Swiftness card, is the only card in the whole tarot that doesn't have a human being or a part of a human being or anything. And it just sort of gets you to climb up fast. Those ones are shooting through the air and they are going at speed. So the quicker you do it, the better your results will be. So that is exciting. Nilda says, I would like to know how this solar eclipse is going to affect me personally. Let's see. So we had a duel of eclipses. We had the one on the new moon that was together with the Chinese New Year. And now we've got tonight's one. How the eclipse is going to affect you. Right. Not necessarily for the better initially. I feel like you're, a really positive person. Now, I've known you like what, more than a year. So I know that you're a really positive person. And whatever happens, you say, it's all for the best. It's all for the best. But you've experienced grief and sorrow. And whenever that grief and the sorrow hit you, you didn't sit and mourn. You just sort of went, that's all right. That's all right. It's all right. Don't worry about it. And actually, this eclipse axis, because you always get like a lunar eclipse and a solar eclipse, like a couple of weeks from each other. So this eclipse axis will allow you to tap into those emotions and process the grieving. So you may find that you dream of your mother tonight, or you may find that you see some signs, like road signs, like a business name on a truck that goes in front of you, and those give you messages. So even though it's such a drag to have to access the negative emotions, it has to happen, because if you fill up with negative emotions, in the end they will spill out. Whereas when you process them, think about them, accept them, cry over them, then when that happens, you lower the level of emotional anguish. So that's how it's going to affect you personally. We've got the wonderful Lady Thistle saying, give her some love, people. Mwah. If you've got a like button, press the like button. I'm going to read a few more messages, and then we're going to talk a little bit about dreams. So first of all, Marcus says, I can't put an angry emoji. I'm not that kind of person. That's cool. Doesn't have to be. Happy Days is saying hi. And Maria Scorpio says, hey, Miss Beautiful Inbaal. Mwah. I'm wondering how many kids you see me having in life. Let's see how many. So we're going to go for a number. Incidentally, just now, it's 22:22 in the UK, 22 minutes past 10 at night. It's always 22:22 somewhere. So how many? I've got to tell you, If you don't get cracking with it, we could be looking at none. So take this as your warning to align your life in a way that will make this happen for you. The extra warning is that when you decide to have one, it might be two. I see a twin pregnancy. I see a twin pregnancy. I see them as both boys. So, um, so the two options are 0 or 2. Because once you've got twins, you're going to be like, I'm not going to risk it. I don't want 4. If they come in pairs, then this is how I'm going to keep it. So yeah, 0 or 2. Which number do you like better? Lady Thistle sending a lovely message. Maria Scorpio is saying, I'm 33 years old now, turning 34. So I've got to tell you, when I was 34, when I was 33, when I was 34, I had 0 children. I am now 51. I'm going to be 52 in a couple of weeks. And now I have 4 children. So it's entirely possible to get from where I was at your age to where I am at my age, without without so much as breaking your stride. John Stewart is saying hello all. Hello. Lovely to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us. Marcus is saying, should I put about 2005 in the car crash? I was the passenger behind the driver, rolled a few times, called. Oh my goodness. Nilda is saying about the grandbaby, she's doing good. I wish I could share her picture eating ice cream. I also recorded her say, I love you. So precious, Miss Little Winter. Oh, stunning. And I also feel like Nilda and Winter have a real similar, musicality to it as names. So she was kind of named for you, kind of. Michelle is saying hello, Inbaal. Hello. So, as I mentioned to Nilda, last week, I was saying that I had been booked to write about nostalgic dreams and about the most common dreams between then and now. So I submitted all of those writings, but in writing about them and like refreshing what I knew about dreams, I went first of all through the most common dreams. And apparently, falling dreams, being chased, and naked in public are some of the most common dreams people have. So, very interestingly, the falling dreams are actually physical. It's something that happens in the brain when you kind of enter the sleep process. I don't know what it's called. I can Google what it's called, but it's not like, I'm not a scientist. It won't be authentic if I tell you what it's called and it comes because I Googled it. But that kind of hop, like that kind of jump that you have when you just fall asleep, that is a physical thing, and that is the falling dream, and you feel like you're falling, but it's actually sort of just a little jump as you get on top of your balance. However, the naked in public dreams are more of an anxiety dream at a time that you feel very vulnerable. So there's a lot of naked in front of the class, naked when giving a presentation, and that could come at a time that you're feeling very vulnerable and remind you that you're kind of not feeling safe in that environment. And the chase dreams, being chased, are anxiety dreams from not feeling safe. So I don't know if you guys have got sort of quite a lot of those. You've got like recurring nightmares of that kind of ilk. Now, when I was writing about those most commonly occurring dreams, I thought it would be fun for me to also sort of share from my experience what kind of dream people ask for the most. And in my experience, sort of doing this work for um, goodness me, 26 years full time. And before that, I was sort of doing this work part time, like 2, 3 years, maybe four. Um, the dream that people would most like to have is seeing, their granddad one last time, seeing somebody that they lost, seeing somebody that they miss. It's my favorite dreams when I see my granddad, for example. And it's actually kind of funny because I very, very, very rarely dream of my mum. She's been gone 11 years. But I used to dream of my granddad sort of quite frequently. And he went when I was 18, 19, something like that. So that's something that was actually that I did a feature on it in the paper, like maybe 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. There was a journalist, and she sort of booked in with me. She wanted some sessions to learn how to dream, and I gave her some meditations. But what I gave her is what I think my best and also simplest advice, which was, who wants to guess what it was? I'm going to bring up some messages. I think some of you will know what the advice was, but yeah, let's see if you know. So Marcus is saying about the car, and saying how he dreamt about it before. It was a big miracle. Virgil says, give up. I am blocked. Goodbye. Why are you blocked? I saw you. Gigi's Unhinged saying, I usually know what my dreams mean, but one thing stumps me. Why do I dream of getting my period? I'm 60. I haven't had it for 40 years. And then she goes, sorry, 20 years. Right. So I think the period dream is a dream of potential, maybe unrealized potential, things that you could do but haven't got around to doing, because every period is potential for, a live birth. The majority of them, obviously will never make it, but have a think. Maybe those dreams come when you have like a business idea, a creative project idea, and until you decide whether you go ahead with it or not, it is untapped potential, unrealized potential. But the fact that it shows up as, as a real life period indicates that this potential can be realized. So let me know if that makes sense. Marcus says regarding, lifespan, says, I was given until Christmas 2020. It's a long time ago. And yeah, we are past my 44th birthday, heading towards my 6th Christmas, post that date. I was ISS 3, which basically are supposed to not recover from. See? So you know a lot. You know a lot. Orion says from the UK. Amazing. Bendiciones means blessings in Spanish. Beautiful. John Stewart says from Central Florida and the state of confusion. I was in Florida about 10 months ago, and I drove a lot, so maybe I've been past where you are. Gigi's says, where are all those comments on the screen coming from? Right, so we are now, I can see that you're watching on YouTube. So we are on YouTube in 3 places at the moment. We're on my channel, and on my channel, we're just sort of going lengthwise, widthwise, sorry, portrait and landscape. And then we're on the Bigfoot Outlaw YouTube channel twice. Once landscape and once portrait. They upload as 2 different broadcasts. So some of the people might be under one of the broadcasts, some of the people might be under another one of the broadcasts, and you can just, you meet here, but they're coming from different podcasts. And let me see if there's anyone sending messages from Facebook. Yeah, and Virgil was sending messages from Facebook, although it looks like he gave up. But the majority of you are from YouTube. It's just that it's sort of going in three different places. Maria is rechristening me Miss Beautiful Inbaal. I can absolutely get on board with that as a name. Love it. Ryan says, I've had dreams about moving. Let me tell you something really interesting. So often when you see a house or a home or an apartment in a dream, it means your brain, like your mind, and then different rooms in the house, different rooms in the apartment would be kind of different aspects of your mind. So there could be like hidden rooms, and you'll go into that hidden room and you'll find, I don't know, like your boss. Or there could be like a kitchen with lots of lights and stuff, and there, you could bump into your dad. So houses represent the mind in dreams. Let me know if that fits with any of the dreams that you've had. Lemon Pie says, I've recently been given the Rider-Waite set, my first set. It is a classic. It's a classic. It's such a fantastic first set. Oh, let's put something a little more positive at the front. It's such a fantastic first set. It is the first deck ever that had drawings for like the pip cards. So any decks that came before it, which was basically all like Marseille style decks, but the 7 of Wands would literally be just 7 wands. So the artwork for the pips didn't exist before Rider-Waite. It's also been in publication for, I want to say, no, it's not going to be like 100 years. I know that it was like drawn 115 years ago, but it has been in unbroken publication for, I want to say, more than 70 years. So it is such a classic. It's a fabulous deck. And I feel like it has all the answers right in the cards. Like whatever you need to know, it doesn't hide it away from you, like, quick, is this a happy card or a sad card? Well, it depends how you see it, but you can see the disappointment right there. And for example, which one of these two is faster or slower? The one that's standing up staring at the tip of his wand or the one on a horse going nuts? Do you know what I mean? So it's such a classic. It's such a stunning deck. John Stewart is saying, you can read me if you want, let's do it. So what have we got for John Stewart? So I gave like such an intro to the Rider-Waite Smith, but I'm going to go with the Thoth because you haven't asked the question, and the Thoth is great for sort of tapping into a mystery. Oh, right. So John Stewart, this shows that you feel very bored with your work or with how you spend your days, and you would like to move. You would like to change. You don't want to change into something really chaotic or like overly exciting. You want to change into something straightforward and standard and sort of satisfying in its own way. It's just that you can't take where you are anymore. So when you're looking for a change, you're saying to yourself, do I really need a change? Like, I don't feel that bad. But yeah, why not? Why not? Why not? Orion says, thank you. Marcus says, lemon pie. Mine was Morgan Greer. So the Morgan Greer deck is one of the Rider-Waite style decks. It's just kind of more dramatic, isn't it? It's very extra. Rob says, okay, got my pistachios and dates. I love it. Oh, you know what? Nuts and dried fruit are such a killer combo. And you've got at the one end of the scale, you've got like your raisins and unsalted peanuts. You know, it's good. It's good. Still good. On the other side, you've got dates and pistachios. Oh, so Detective Bill Piranha. Detective Bill Piranha says, "Oh, gotta love pistachios and dates. Love it." Um, Marcus says, "Happy days, Rob. Plenty of fruit and protein. Enjoy, buddy. Love it, love it, love it." Um, Lemon Pie says, "Had a strange dream on eclipse night that honey was coming from my hair follicles just at the front of my head." I love it. I wonder what it means. So, honey associated with bees, bees associated with busy, right? Busy bees, active, work, productive. So, maybe you're feeling productive. I think the fact that it's honey is not going to be just productive, like, rubber stamping, but productive with something creative. Are you planning a creative project? Have you got something that you'd like to do that is like colorful or that is like musical or something like that? John Stewart says, what's in the near future for me? Let's look at the near future. Finance. So you've got money coming up for you. And do you see how it's like so symmetrical, right? It's like symmetrical to here, symmetrical to there. It's even symmetrical side to side. And this symmetry means the money that's coming for you is not accidental. It's not like a bit of luck. It's based on hard work and focus. Well done, you. Nelda says, you are spot on. I've been praying for that to happen. I pray right with you. Lovely to hear that, Nelda. Robert loves Lemon's dream, saying it's the oddest dream I've ever heard of. Oh, Sabrina is here saying, hola, 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 hola. How amazing to see you. Lemon Pie says, I had a strange dream that honey was coming out of my hair follicles and I squeezed it into a bowl. Maybe you need to be making creative bowls. Maria is 33. Robert saying hi to Sabrina. And Swati is here. Hi, Swati. How are you? Saying, hey, can I ask if Anthony is taking things slow or is he over it? It's really good to ask. Is he taking things slow? Or is he fully over it? No, he's only taking things slow. Do not panic. He is definitely not over it. He just doesn't want to make things awkward by going too fast. So he's erring on the side of caution. He's being cautious. Now, just a very, very short time ago, I was saying that I had to do this article. Well, I didn't have to do. I was very privileged to be involved in this article where the journalist wanted to have dreams about her dad that she never got to say goodbye to. And my advice to her was to keep a dream diary. When you keep a dream diary, which I do, sorry, the reason that sounded so smug is because I've really wanted to keep a dream diary for years. I hadn't kept a dream diary in like nearly 20 years, and I started about 14 months ago. And the majority of the time, I don't remember my dreams at all, but I'll still write something. I'll write, I definitely did dream, or I'll write, I don't remember if I dreamt, or this morning I wrote, I definitely know that I dreamt. I remember that it had something to do with A, B, and C, but I don't remember that much. But even if you don't remember everything, even if you don't remember anything, the very action of waking up and immediately thinking, what did I dream about, is a magical action that connects your conscious self with your subconscious self. And when your conscious self and your subconscious self work together in tandem, you can make all sorts of stuff happen. So I had like one session with a journalist. We did a little reading. We talked about sort of different ways to develop her psychic ability. The kind of tagline of the article is, "Can you become psychic?" I'm like, yeah, of course. You already are psychic. You just need to tap into it. And by the time we had the second session, she's like, yeah, I've been dreaming of my dad. He's been giving me messages like all this time. So obviously it was like a very positive article. But yeah, so that was really interesting. Let's have a look at a few more messages. I've got loads coming up. I'm telling you already, like we've got another 15 minutes and there's no way I can catch up with all the messages here. Marcus saying afternoon, evening, Sabrina. Ryan says, I've had other dreams about storms, being stuck in space station, orbiting Earth. That's such interesting topics. So storms that you dream of on the outside would represent storms that are going on inside you, right? You know, that's just like in poetry or like in books. The space station orbiting Earth is quite interesting because that is connected with feeling kind of disconnected from the people around you, feeling like maybe nobody understands you. You know, I might as well be in space. You're so lucky that you remember so many of your dreams. Maria, who just had twins predicted, you said, yeah, it's very possible to get twins. My grandfather is a twin as well. Identical or not identical? Oh, thank you. Sabrina says, I feel like this eclipse has made me put more effort in dating and not settling in my career or work. I hope not settling in the dating as well. But yeah, the eclipse and the sort of how powerful this eclipse is kind of a hard, like I was saying, and it does make you question things, not question yourself, you know, question things. Maria says, you're so beautiful, Miss Inbaal. You look 35. Thank you, Maria. That's very, very kind of you. Thank you. You're very sweet. Orion says, I've had some interesting dreams, mostly about space travel. Yeah, very good. Very good. You're an inventor. Sabrina says, hi, Robert and Marcus. And Lady Thistle says, the most common dreams I rarely get at all. I tell you what, Lady Thistle, the most common dreams are anxiety dreams. If you don't get them at all, happy days. You know, this is what we're striving for. Courtney Turner says, hi, Courtney. Where in the world are you? Lady Thistle says, my most memorable dream is when I was holding a dragon egg and a potion bottle in one hand, and I birthed a dragon. It told me its name and I woke up. That's amazing. So, Lady Thistle, did you know or did you not know that Laura, who I do the Thursday show with, she does like lessons, like courses about dragons and about how to use dragon energy. So if you pop in on Thursday and mention it in our live with Laura, you might have more information. Like obviously birthing the dragon is like birthing an aspect of you, isn't it? Like the fiery side of you, the fearless side of you, the protector side of you. Do you remember the name? But I think Laura would be able to tell you a lot more about it, because that's not like a regular, you know what I mean? That's sort of pretty exciting. And she says it was a decade ago or more. Oh, very lovely. And Marcus says, sounds like an animal guide. Also very possible. I think it's entirely possible for a mythical creature to be your, you know, spirit animal. Robert says, keep a journal by the bedside. Yes. Ding, 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 ding. Rob is exactly right. Very, very good. That is the correct answer. That is what I said. Marcus says, Gigi, I'm still waiting for mine 44 years later. Um, oh, Rob says, I just ate the dates bomb flaky. Oh, that is a bit too much. And saying pseudocreme should work wonders. Please, I beg of you, do not eat the pseudocreme. Very, very, very not. And Rob says, Lemon, can I request you call it the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, please? Thank you, Inbaal. Will tell you why. Absolutely. So, Lemon and everyone, the Rider-Waite-Smith deck was created, like planned, by A.E. Waite and printed by Rider. But all the artwork was painted individually by hand, one by one, by Pamela Coleman Smith. Pamela Coleman Smith was an artist, I think American born, Jamaican born, lived in London at the time, and she just got a job to do these. She was a mystical person herself. She was a magical person. She was one of the women of the Golden Dawn mystery tradition. And she died kind of penniless and alone. She was an Aquarian. And the one way that we can remember her and commemorate her is by keeping her name as part of the full name of the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. So whenever you hold a card of the Rider-Waite-Smith, you see her signature, PCS, for Pamela Coleman Smith. See, that's wiggle. That's the signature, PCS. I'm trying to think, have I got a deck? No. I've got Pam's Vintage that was gifted to me by a dear friend, and Pam's Vintage tarot deck has, well, these cards, but with like a vintage, styling to them. But it also includes a couple of artworks that weren't part of her tarot, and it also includes a picture of her. Oh wait, does this have a picture of her? No. Sorry, here we have Madame Blavatsky, Gerald Gardner, Austin Osman Spare, and Crowley. So yeah, I thought it would be cute if we had a picture of her, but I don't think we do. Do we? No, even the pictorial key for the tarot doesn't have that picture of her. No, but yeah, that is why lemon pie. And that is why it's nicer, more respectful to include the name Smith. Thank you so much, Robert. Dark Crypto is sending us a whole bunch of. Love it. Dada is here. Dada says, what if you dream you go to get dressed and you have none to put on, but you know your closet is full? Weird. Thanks. So we're talking about the naked dreams, and the naked dreams have to do with feeling vulnerable and not feeling protected. And so having a closet full of clothes, but not being able to put anything on, goes with kind of the same theme, where there are so many people that would speak for you, so many people that would be on your side, but nobody's stepping up. So it could be a feeling of loneliness, a feeling of vulnerability, despite being, surrounded, being lonely in a crowded room. Nilda says, I dream I'm flying as an eagle over mountains, trees, and over water most of the time. What is that about? So first of all, I love the flying, and it could even be that you're connecting with a spirit animal, or you're connecting with the spirituality? Have you got in your family history, is there some tribal connections? Is there some connection with people that were indigenous to the land with eagles? But also the sort of going over things and not touching them could be connected with the feeling that in a lot of cases, people are kind of awful. And so you feel safer when you're sort of far above them. So it could be like a dream that will have sort of been created in your brain as a response to disappointment. Maybe in that direction. Marcus says, I know someone we knew and loved to bits who used a Marseille deck. It was literally her go-to on nearly every reading. She would be 68 this year, you know, bless her. So yeah, you had your birthdays not long ago. I have got a deck that I was gifted, a very stunning deck of the Marseille, which the friend who gifted me it gave it to me because it got kind of repainted and reissued by an Israeli like me, and she thought that it would be a connection, and it was like a beautiful connection. It's a wonderful deck, but I don't much use it. It's still like in the bag that she sent me, but I cherish it so much. Marcus says, I love dragons as well, Lady Thistle. Fabulous. And Rob says, yeah, Morgan Greer very zoomed in. I love it. I find the Morgan Greer to be like delicious. You could really like sink your teeth into it psychically. And Lady Thistle goes, wait. Mine was a mermaid tarot fitting for this Pisces. And she goes, also Brian Fruit's Fairy Oracle deck. One of my first two. I still have it. I don't have the Fairy Oracle, but I do have the Good Fairies, Bad Fairies book. And I love it so much. And there was time that I violated the copyright, photocopied lots of those fairies. And I used to live in a room with red walls, and I had like 20 of those fairies all kind of decorating the wall, like high up near the ceiling. Such incredible art. She goes, I love Faye. Yeah, what's not to love? Beautiful. Rob says, hi, Bill, didn't see you there. We're on different platforms. Yes, sorry, I'm not going to be able to catch up with all the messages. I'm more than 10 minutes behind. Isa's here. Evening, lovelies. Masa al khair, Isa. Hopefully all good news, all the blessings. Robert says, Lady Thistle, I have that Brian one, but I don't think I ever read with it. I know it must be hard to read with, but you know, Thistle the Pisces probably knows a whole bunch. Detective Bill Piranha says, I don't think I remember my first tarot oracle deck. Defo an oracle one. First tarot is a Nightmare Before Christmas themed one. Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun. So with the oracle tarot, there's a creator I follow, probably recommended by she's called Gail the Witch or something like that. Gail the Witch. And she put up a reel like yesterday, day before, and the reel goes, it's the end of the world. What do you pick? Tarot deck or oracle deck? And when I saw it, I sort of strolled up and she goes, it's the end of the world. And I was like, weekly reading. I just accepted it. It's the end of the world. Okay, great. I'm gonna pack some snacks in case I need to get all the kids and run. But yeah, it was, so the question really was just sort of tarot or oracle, and I was pleased to see that almost everybody said tarot. I'm gonna flash up some more messages where you messaged each other, just so that I can get to see if there's any messages here from me. Oh, we're like 3 minutes from finishing. Lady Thistle says, oh, I know she's the dragon magic lady. She absolutely is. Been wanting them for years. Don't have the funds. One day, one day, one day. She said, I remember the name down to the colors of the dragon. I beg you, come and ask us when Laura is there. So, that's right. So Rob mentions about Pamela Coleman Smith, a fantastic person. Look her up. Went by the magical name of Pixie. Beautiful. Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Delta born flow grown. Then Delta born flow grown says, what do dreams about death and then coming back to life mean, please? Dying, coming back to life, that would be a dream about getting through a terrible ordeal, going through like a trauma, or going through like a trying experience and, surviving. So that's beautiful. Like I said, I don't think I'll catch up with all the messages. I'm just trying to sort of get as many as I can. Dal says, oh, makes sense. And thanks you for encouraging me to practice with crystal ball. So much fun, right? It's fun. Should we do a session about the crystal ball? Because we're only doing a session about dreams because we chatted about it last week and Nilda said, yeah, it would be nice to do a session about dreams. So let's say crystal ball. And I think we've only got a couple more messages and then we'll sort of close off. So Seashells says, I keep dreaming of a baby girl. And it's been like every dream. What is this meaning? Is there a child around me wanting to come forward? The baby girl is you. The baby girl is your inner child. What is she asking you for? That might be something that you can do for yourself, that you can do for her, right? Get that baby girl feeling safe, get that baby girl feeling honored, feeling loved. So yeah, I did get through all the messages. Woohoo! So please, thank you so much for sticking around. Make sure you put a like, you put a subscribe, whatever you can do, any little thing that share it to your feed, anything that you can do to make our numbers big. Because why not? It doesn't cost anything and it'll bring us a lot of joy and hopefully a lot of success. I'm going to be here, hopefully with Laura on Thursday, and I'm going to be here, hopefully talking about the crystal ball this time next week. So have an amazing week. Get through the eclipse. Be strong. Let me know how it went. Have a good night.